Welcome for all the participants, especially from Periyar College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Trichy, and other participants, respected teachers, students who all are listening this part of my lecture about the importance of pharmacovigilance in our pharmacy profession and how Government of India can give opportunity for our professionals by means of increasing the importance of pharmacovigilance throughout the country. So here we should know that some of the details about pharmacovigilance, why it's so important, and how it was just insisted by the international community, especially WHO. See, pharmacovigilance has been defined by WHO, World Health Organization, as the science and activities relating to the detection, assessment, understanding and prevention of adverse effect, undesirable effect, unexpected effect, or any other possible drug related problems. And you see, it can be a skin disease, it can up to go for cardiac arrest, and it can go for a death. And so it's very important to know about various adverse drug reactions. A response to a drug which is noxious and unintended and which occurs at doses normally used in man for the prophylaxis, diagnosis or therapy of disease or for the modification of physiological function. So how detailed explanation given by WHO technical report on number 498 in 1972 itself. So an adverse event is an untoward medical occurrence in a patient or clinical investigation. Subject administered a pharmaceutical product and which does not necessarily have a causal relationship with this treatment, with a particular treatment. Serious adverse drug reaction, severe adverse drug reaction, sometimes unexpected adverse drug reaction. So this, where we start pharmacovigilance, why do we need pharmacovigilance? This is a question. Why? Where to start? From where it has started in 1848, you can see back, you can go for pharmacovigilance in the 18th century. It starts in its modern era, can be considered in 1961, the event which an Australian physician posed the question. It's a lancet which is having two-sided knife about the possible correlation between thalidomide and birth defect. He has given usage of thalidomide, not thalidomide. With the mother, it has shown an adverse reaction in the birth defect and deformation, the development of young babies. An example, an young thalidomide victim, you can see the picture. This is the young thalidomide victim which has been mother have been treated with thalidomide, and the baby, she doesn't have arms and she is giving a cluster of bouquet with her toes as she presents to the Princess Anne the Great Britain in 1972. So this made everyone, that is in 1962, in United States Congress enacted law requiring tests for safety during pregnancy. Before a drug should be received approval, before drug should be received, it should get approval from sales in United States. Other countries intact similar legislation. In 1962, since 1962, we had lots of evidence of insufficient safety of all medicines throughout their market life because adverse drug reaction. So you see, the study of adverse drug reaction is the concern of the field of pharmacovigilance, which is gaining the importance. Voluntarily reporting by physician and other health providers, especially pharmacists and patients, even consumers, may alter alert the authorities and pharmaceutical companies to possible adverse effect of drugs. So it aims in reducing the risk associated with drug prescribing and administering and improving patient care, safety and treatment outcomes. Excuse me. So why pharmacovigilance? New medicines, pre-marketing safety data, animal experiments, whether it is relevantly done, clinical trials, whether it is complete or incomplete, this all makes the importance of pharmacovigilance. Establishment treatment, efficacy, safety, cost are of interest to the community. Clinical trials intended for objective demonstration of clinical efficacy. After getting definition from WHO in 2002, where we are now in pharmacovigilance, and the European Medicine Agency in 2015, they gave this very interesting definition. And after giving the definition of pharmacovigilance, this is clear, a very broad definition that encompasses not only the traditional activity of collecting safety related data, but also the concept of prevention, which implies primitive action, control, stop, instead of, that is before getting a big disaster and adverse reaction, it can be prevented by means of pharmacovigilance activity. In addition, the concept of other medicine related problems is introduced, ensuring that pharmacovigilance includes not only adverse event but special situations such as safety in the context of medication errors, drug abuse, misuse, fatal exposure, overdose, occupational exposure of off-label use. This all comes under pharmacovigilance. And we should know one word, especially dying from a disease is common, is something unavoidable. But dying from a medicine is unacceptable. And this should be the thing which pharmacovigilance stands there. Dying from a disease is something unavoidable. But dying from a medicine is unacceptable. This is what we have to stand in pharmacovigilance. Widening the scope of pharmacovigilance conducting advanced drug monitoring, study-based advanced drug reaction, adverse event report of new drug include medication error and irrational use of medicines, herbal, tradition and complementary medicines, substandard medicines and counterfeit medicines. Counterfeit medicines. Counterfeit means actually improper or something wrong information about the drug therapeutic action will be advertised, and some magic remedies which we might have seen, that type of things all comes under. There's substandard drugs even. Blood products, biologicals, medical devices and vaccines of adverse reactions comes under. And this is very important to know about what is the factors which is influencing this pharmacovigilance. Diseases, population, drugs, healthcare system. So you should know all these four things. What is that? How disease? Tropical diseases, not well diagnosed, comorbid condition, different, multi-disease complex, insufficient follow-up, this all comes a factor. Population, low living standard, malnutrition, culture speciality, traditional medicines, unlabeled or off-labeled indications, pregnant and breastfeeding women, small children, elderly people, food habits, this all comes in the population, how they are influencing the pharmacovigilance. Drugs, distribution of huge amount of drugs, poor quality standard or counterfeits, new drugs with little clinical experience, orphan drugs, donated drugs, orphan drugs, donated drugs, improperly stored and delivered, lack of established manufacturers. Orphan drugs means actually an orphan drug is a special drug which is have to get some permission by the pharmaceutical agent, develop a treatment of medical condition which, because they are so rare disease, would not for profitable, but government assistance and government permission is needed. The condition can refer as an orphan disease. Orphan disease like, for example, porphyria, intermittent porphyria, variegant porphyria, or hereditary coproporphyria. This is a disease which you can see in red blood cells actually, due to deficiency in metabolic function, deficiency of certain enzymes, genetical problem which may cause very rare disease. It has to be prepared for heme alginate. It needs lot of things which is not available in the market. So this is about a special treatment, special drugs which is needed for orphan drugs, they are called. So for that also it's needed pharmacovigilance there plays the major role. Healthcare system, underdeveloped public health system, they are also having influence in pharmacovigilance. Underdeveloped drug regulatory system in a country or in a place, no pharmacovigilance program is not there. There also you need this adverse drug reaction will be common where it's needed pharmacovigilance. Unqualified health workers are working in certain places, certain health projects or even hospitals, poor medical services, financial shortage. These all are some of the influence. Adverse even reporting, how you are going to report. how you are going to report. There are also reporting procedures you need. Individual case safety report, coding of adverse events, seriousness determination, clinical trial reporting, spontaneous reporting, aggregate reporting. So we will see one. What is this? Individual safety reporting means a concept of identifying like the name of the patient, name of the drug and adverse event symptoms. Coding of adverse events means actually adverse event coding in the process by which information from an adverse event reporter called the verbatim is having a code. The code is using as a standard terminology from a medical coding dictionary such as Medra, Medscape, etc. The purpose of medical coding is to convert adverse event information into technology that can be readily identified and analyzed. Seriousness determination. An adverse event is considered serious if it meets one or more of the following criteria: the result in death or in life-threatening, requires inpatient hospitalization or prolongation of existing hospitalization. They all are seriousness determination of reporting. Result in persistent or significant disability seen in the patient or incapability. Result in congenital anomaly, birth defect, or in otherwise medically significant. These all are stated as seriousness determination of reporting. Clinical trial reporting or serious adverse event, it can also be serious adverse reaction connected. Reporting occurs as a result of study, patient, subject who experience serious adverse event during the conducting of clinical trials. And spontaneous reporting. Spontaneous reports are termed spontaneous as they take place during the clinical normal diagnosis process, appraisal of a patient. When a clinician is drawing the conclusion that the drug may be implemented in the causality of the adverse event. It is an important source of regulatory action such as taking a drug off and market even, or a label change due to safety problems or cautions is needed when it is given proper reporting. Aggregate reporting. Aggregate reporting, also known as periodic reporting, plays a key role in the safety assessment of drugs. What is this? Aggregate reporting involves the complication of safety data of a drug over a prolonged period of time, month, year, as opposed to single case reporting, which by definition involves only individual adverse reaction reports. Understand? Other reporting methods, some countries legally oblige spontaneous reporting by physician. The most countries, manufacturers are required to submit through its qualified person of Pharmacovigilance all of the reports they receive from healthcare providers to the national authority. Most of the countries. And others have intensive focused programs concentrating on new drugs or on controversial drugs or on prescribing habits of group of doctors or involving pharmacists in reporting. So whatever we have discussed now, some of the part of the pharmacovigilance, 2 slides I am just reporting, that's just repeating for you to have the memory, to have the recall for the lecture which you are going continuing. So you see, factors influencing, you have seen disease, population, drugs and healthcare system. These are the important factors which is influencing pharmacovigilance. And adverse event reporting also, we have seen individual case safety reporting, coding of adverse events, seriousness determination, clinical trial reporting, spontaneous reporting and aggregate reporting. These 2 slides you have to remember the basic why pharmacovigilance and what is there in the pharmacovigilance. There are many, still we have just made into and concluded. Now we will see about pharmacovigilance in India. In 1986, adverse drug reaction monitoring for India proposed 12 regional centers. In 1997, India joined with WHO adverse drug monitoring program, 3 centers, AIIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, and King Edward Memorial Hospital, Mumbai, Maharashtra, and Jim Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College, Ajmer, Rajasthan. And 2004 to 2008 National Pharmacovigilance Program, zones of 5 regional, 24 peripheral centers have been started. And in 2010, Pharmacovigilance Program in India was launched in July 2010. The goal was aimed to ensure that benefits of use of medicine outweigh the risk and thus safeguard the health of Indian population. Till 2017, 250 adverse drug reaction monitor centers have been established under pharmacovigilance program in India. About 20 antiretroviral therapy and 17 revised national tuberculosis program centers were also established by spontaneous adverse drug reporting. The technical associate with medical science, Benares Hindu University, is an authorized person for collecting individual case safety reports along with its follow-up and online database entry in Vigiflow software. All the primary health centers and the community health centers submit their adverse drug reaction to the regional center. It was considered that the remedies from the natural sources and safe and devoid of adverse drug reaction. But in Ayurveda, they says that it's a subject actually. Charka Samhita, which is the heart of Ayurveda, illustrate that adverse reaction can occur with herbal drugs also if they are compounded. If they are compounded and dispensed inappropriately. It's not properly dispensed or compounded. So, hence the pharmacovigilance of Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, the system which is more flourished in India, was highly essential to provide adverse drug reaction data of Ayush drug as per WHO guidelines. So, pharmacovigilance program governance reporting structure, if you see, National Pharmacovigilance Program in headquarters, Central Drug Standard Control Organization comes under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, where there is National Pharmacovigilance Program Coordinating Center, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission in Ziadabad, UP, Ghaziabad, UP, Steering Committee, Strategy Advising Committee, Signal Review Panel, Core Training Panels, Quality Review Panels, and we have zonal, sub-zonal centers, which are, we can have even pharmaceutical industry and even hospitals, government hospitals, private hospitals, but medical council approved medical colleges, hospitals, private hospitals and public health programs and autonomous institutions. They can also report to the pharmacovigilance for the safety, the usage of the drugs. Multimodal practice is common in India by means of modern medicine, Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy, flock trial, medicines mix up. People used to mix up. So that makes a lot of adverse drug reaction. This can also be monitored by the authorities which you are appointed. If you appoint a pharmacovigilance, every districts and every kabalais and every villages even we can appoint pharmacovigilance officers. And if you see, this is one example which I want to show is corticosteroids in herbal medicine for eczema, that is rheumatoid arthritis, bronchial asthma is commonly, they used to do this type of counterfeit drugs, mix up with herbal drugs, with synthetic, with allopathic drugs. Deliberate addition of modern drugs in it. And you can see that is even anti-epileptic drugs such as sodium valproate, phenytoin sodium, carbamazepine, these all are mixed up with herbal medicine and they used to give. Even anti-diabetic like glibenclamide, tolubutamide are mixed with herbs and they have been advertised such that it will be given to the patient and it will cause lots of adverse drug reaction can be monitored. It's an example which I am telling for the multi-treatment by means of multi-system. Who can be responsible for pharmacovigilance? Pharmaceutical industry, practicing clinicians, academia, nurses and paramedicals, pharmacists. Criteria for adverse drug reaction and its reporting to regulatory authority. What to report? Following events can be reported to the nearest reporting center or authority. Life-threatening event or death, hospitalization of patients, congenital anomaly, medically significant event if the event is considered serious by the physician, lack of efficacy conducted with the use of medical device or drug product, all suspected interactions, all known or unknown serious, non-serious, frequent or reaction caused due to the use of vaccine or drug must be reported immediately. And this is a form which is available in the internet, in the website you can download and it can be reported to the particular zonal center. Process in pharmacovigilance: collect, record the adverse drug reaction, adverse event, adverse drug reaction, causality assessment and analysis of adverse drug reaction, collate and code in database, compute risk, benefit and suggest regulatory actions, communicate for safe use of drug among stakeholders. When to report? All spontaneous case should be reported within 10 days. All suspected adverse drug reaction should be reported as soon as possible because over reporting is always better than under reporting. Death event must be reported as soon as possible, while all other serious adverse drug reaction event needs to report within 7 days only. All non-serious cases must be reported within 30 days. Reporting delay may create serious problems. Who can report? Medical specialties, pharmacists, dentists, midwives, along with healthcare professional, patients, relative, witness, or any common person after medicine confirmation can report. This is about a pharmacist have the main role for reporting and being the employee as a pharmacovigilance officer. Duly filled how to report. Duly filled adverse drug reaction report from need to send to the nearest adverse drug monitoring center or directly to the national coordinating center. Dial the helpline 1800-180-3024 and report the adverse drug reaction. Mailing directly to the PVI at IPCI India mail, or by means of net directly you can Gmail also pvi.ipcindia@gmail.com, and you can log in directly to this website which I have shown there, and you can even report directly. Where to report? Various peripheral, even directly peripheral regional zone centers have been proposed and established in India. Zonal pharmacovigilance centers can be identified as central drug standard control organization and act as first adverse drug data collection center. Zonal centers north and south, east in AIIMS is available. So list of centers: zonal sub-centers offices, zonal center Ahmedabad, zonal center Hyderabad, north zonal center Ghaziabad, sub-zone office Ghaziabad, Chandigarh, sub-zone office Jammu, and east zone center Kolkata, airport C office Kolkata, and west zone center Mumbai, airport C office Mumbai, Jawaharlal Nehru post office Navi Mumbai, south zone center Chennai, airport C office subzone and port office Chennai, port office Kochi, and Bangalore is also available for south zonal center. A carrier in drug safety and pharmacovigilance. This is where we are standing. We need a carrier. There is a carrier. Find a pharmacovigilance job for pharmacists, or drug safety position abroad can also be a great opportunity of those seeking a career in this sector. And opportunities are prevalent, although generally in a large companies. And a career in drug safety and pharmacovigilance will generally start with the position of a drug safety associate, officer, scientist, or coordinator. Responsibilities will be then possessed to senior specialty or management roles, often an in-depth knowledge of the special area such as medical writing, auditing, medical affair, or quality assurance. These all are very important for a specialty needed in more study. And those seeking a role of drug safety or pharmacovigilance should hold a life science degree or a nursing, pharmacy, or medical degree. There are also postgraduate courses that could be of benefit to a candidate seeking a role in this sector, such as Master in Pharmacovigilance This course covers a variety and important aspects of the career, including reporting, report writing, signal detecting, and risk management, as well as providing a true understanding of regulatory bodies around the world. What jobs are available in drug safety and pharmacovigilance in European Union? Remuneration for a position of a drug safety pharmacovigilance can vary greatly with factors including the company, the location, and the candidate experience and the requirement of the role. That is very important. But anyhow, normally, the most cases, somebody working in a drug safety or a pharmacovigilance function in European Union, he can earn a salary between 25,000 to 60,000 euro per year. And drug safety associate and officers monitoring the track adverse events and reacting as well as other medically related product information. Drug safety managers and directors organize the processing and reporting on the drug safety reports and review trial relates documents in order to monitor the drug safety profile of specific products. What jobs are available in drug safety and pharmacovigilance in India? Drug safety associate and officers jobs are offered. The role of drug safety associate is very unique. Generally, the drug safety associates work in a team with each one having their own set of responsibility to fulfill. They usually work in pharmacovigilance department. One who working in drug safety pharmacovigilance in India function will earn as an year salary of between Indian rupees 7 lakhs to 80 lakhs, or in fact you can say 700,000 to Indian rupees of 800,000. Specialized knowledge and skill requirements are required for pharmacovigilance associate, experience with relevant safety database and related software applications, proven experience in customer handling and relationship, proven ability to perform task management, proven people management skills, must have good presentation skill and ability to give the presentations, knowledge of life science industry and life cycle of drug, relevant product and industry knowledge. Future prospects. At present, drug controller General of India DCG should act quickly to improve the pharmacovigilance as an integrate good pharmacovigilance practice, GPP, as how we are studying about the good manufacturing process, good laboratory practice, like that. GPP is very important. Integrate the good pharmacovigilance practice, GPP, into the process and procedure to help ensure regulatory compliance and enhance clinical trial safety and post-marketing surveillance can be done only by the Drug Control General of India. That is apparently the requirement of professional specialization in pharmacovigilance, a combined view of pharmacogenomics and clinical requirements are needed. Not genomics and also pharmacogenomics, especially pharmacoepidemiology and pharmacogenomics are due to the gene variation, there are many adverse drug reactions have been seen in the population in various diseases and various drug usage. So that can be incorporated by means of developing this pharmacovigilance. That helps to identify factors that increase the risk of unwanted outcomes from drug therapy and prior to commencing drug treatment and in tailoring drug treatment for individual patients. Furthermore, it is responsible in India of entire campaign to improve pharmacovigilance knowledge and increase the number of adverse drug reaction reports up to the gold standard level established by the WHO. Pharmaceutical manufacturers are required to submit through its qualified person of pharmacovigilance all the reports they receive from healthcare providers to the national authority. And very important point which for the profession, important for our profession, we need the support of Government of India in what? You can see there, Government of India can make the opportunity for B.Pharm and PharmD professionals by increasing the pharmacovigilance centers in district wise and village panchayat wise, and why not even every urban areas and village areas, every areas can be particularly have to be observed now, as this network of online purchase and sales of drug have been increased. It has to be done. The online transaction of the drug should be done through every zonal center districts and the village panchayat through the pharmacovigilance zonal office and the departmental in charge, so that you can get the employment for B.Pharm and PharmD graduates and professionals. A software can be developed in such a way that every online prescriptions can be verified, authorized by pharmacovigilance zonal professionals, pharmacists. So there we will get a lot of employment throughout India. It's possible. So the Government of India, the Ministry of Health Affairs, have to support us to have this opportunity and to save the mankind. And to save the mankind. This is what I want to make. And hence pharmacovigilance for medical or medicinal products, safety to help the patient get well and to manage optimally or ideally. Avoid illness is a collective responsibility of industry. Drug regulators and clinicians and other health care professionals. The financial support and the future projects should help and to achieve a more comprehensive pharmacovigilance activity in India. So this is my YouTube channel, and I think it is possible for you to, I don't have any particular name or anything which is given for my educational channel. It is purely pharmacy. Daniel Xavier Prasad or DX Prasad at gmail.com. It is having more than 150 classes, and even I will upload more. So if possible, make use of it. This can also be uploaded in that YouTube channel. And please subscribe and as well as share and make use of this for students' purpose who are for PharmD students, and not only pharmacognosy. I have given in different subjects, especially more in pharmacognosy other than industrial pharmacy, analysis, all these things will be there. Some questions will be there. Make use of it. Thank you very much for this session. I hope it is somewhat useful. You can arise the questions in my website or in my email. It's possible, so that even you can get the soft copy. Thank you very much.